Okay, so in this video I will be going through your writing task for your week 4 work pack. So your task this week is to write an interview transcript with a spy. So as it says, you can use the spy you've researched for your topic task. That's completely up to you. If you want to do that, you can go ahead. Or you can research a new spy. So I've included some links below with some spies there if you want to use those. Or if you already have one in mind, you can go ahead and just Google that spy and then you can find some information out about them that way. It says also here that you can practice with an adult at home first and do some role play to really get into character. So sometimes in class we will do some hot seating or some role play with our partner to really get into the mind of that character and think how they might be thinking. So you can go ahead and do that with an adult at home or a sibling at home if you want to. And then just down the side on the left here, I've got some questions for you to think about, or some questions that you might want to ask in your interview. So what was his or her main task as a spy? So what was their main job? What did they need to do? Who did they work for, or did they work alone? Were they a good spy or an evil spy? So who were they working for? What information were they trying to find out? Was it good or was it bad? What disguise did they use in order to remain secret? What gadgets or equipment did they use? So you might want to find out what their favourite gadget or favourite piece of equipment was. What was their biggest achievement as a spy and why? So what was the biggest mission that they were able to complete? How did they feel when working as a spy and why? So was it thrilling, was it exciting, was it exhilarating, or was it quite terrifying and scary and nerve-wracking? And did they come across any enemies, so any people that were against them, any opposition or obstacles? And if so, how did they handle them? So how did they get past those obstacles or those enemies? At the bottom as well, you've got your success criteria. In a minute, I'll go through an example and I'll go through the success criteria in some more detail. But your first success criteria is the speaker's name in the margin and new speaker, new line. So when the spy is speaking, you put the name of the spy in the margin, and then obviously what they've said, and the same for the interview, and you put the new speaker on the new line each time. A range of powerful adjectives to describe the spy's task. So we've got here challenging, thrilling, dangerous, deadly, treacherous, to really make the reader think and can imagine what it would be like to go on those missions. The third one, you've got conjunctions. So you can use your heat conjunctions, your habit conjunctions, or any other conjunctions that you may think of that you want to include. And your fourth one would be emotive language. So to really make the person that's reading it think about the emotions that the spy went through during their time as a spy and the different missions that they went on. Okay, so I have part of an interview transcript here, and it's with an interview with Nathan Hale, who is a spy that I researched and found a little bit of information about. This is just a snippet of the interview transcript. Obviously yours would be longer than this, but this is just a small section that I'm showing you, and I'm going to pick out the success criteria within it so you're able to see how it's being used. So our first success criteria is speaker's name in the margin and new speaker, new line. So as you can see here, we've got interviewer and we've got Nathan Hale. So they're on two separate lines, and as you can see, obviously I don't have a margin here, but if you have a margin, the interviewer and the name Nathan Hale will be in the margin with a colon to separate it from what they've said. The next success criteria is a range of powerful adjectives to describe the spy's task. So we have the word thrilling. So he says it was extremely thrilling. That's the adjective he's used to describe one of his tasks. And we've got the word terrifying to also describe one of the missions and tasks that he went on. Our next piece of success criteria is conjunctions. So I picked out however and therefore as part of our heat conjunctions there to extend. And lastly, emotive language. This would be more of an EXT success criteria, so your extension to extend yourself, but it would be great if you could include some of these in your text as much as possible. So we've got the word excited, which makes us think of positive emotions, so I'm excited to be here. And we've also got the word feared. So he says, I feared for my life daily. So that's something that on the other hand would make us think of negative emotions. It's quite a scary thing to be going through if the act of spying that he was involved in was actually punishable by death. So he literally feared for his life. It was extremely scary. So I would like you to try and include all of this success criteria in your writing. Have a go at including emotive language in there as well, because it would really make it very interesting to read, to really understand the emotions and the feelings that the spy was going through that you write about.